Tom Holland from Onward doesn't want you to know these 15 things about him. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Celeby. Here are 15 things that Tom Holland doesn't want you to know.
Just a reminder of how you can enter our new giveaway in which you can win a new iPhone 12 Pro or a new MacBook Pro. Just leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and watch the whole video till the end.
His first role was in a West End musical. The West End is London's Broadway, but Tom nabbed a role in Billy Elliot the musical without ever acting before. It did take him 8 auditions and 2 years of training before he took the stage in 2008 in the show about a young boy discovering his love for ballet despite his father's disapproval. Though he was originally cast as Billy's best friend Michael, he began playing the title role full-time after only a couple of months of performances. Not only could he dance, but he was also known for his acrobatics in the show, including a flip after running up a wall. He played Billy for 2 years, finishing his run just before his 14th birthday. His first film generated serious Oscar buzz. Tom's first movie, The Impossible, was based on the real-life story of a family that got separated on vacation after a devastating tsunami hit their resort. Tom played the oldest son, Lucas, who spent much of the film trying to save his mother, played by Naomi Watts, from dying. Tom spent 5 months in Thailand and a water tank in Spain, filming the incredible obstacles and journey this family undergoes to find each other again. Naomi had nothing but praise for his performance, particularly since he was only 13 years old at the time. Tom is a beyond gifted actor, she said. He's just a raw, open talent that's so easy to work with. Prior to joining the MCU, Holland actually knew Chris Hemsworth from a film they worked on together. Holland played Thomas Nickerson and Hemsworth portrayed Owen Chase in Ron Howard's 2015 drama In the Heart of the Sea. In June 2019, the Thor Ragnarok star said that he did what he could to help Holland nab the Spider-Man role. As they were casting him for Spider-Man, I did what I could do and made a call and said he's one of the most talented people I've worked with and has such a big heart and appreciation. The Spider-Man audition process took 5.5 months. Civil War directors Anthony Russo and Joe Russo and Chris Evans also said that Holland had the edge because of his prior experience as a gymnast. In the script, Spider-Man flipped in a scene and Holland offered to do that during an audition. Marvel doesn't want to see this kid break his neck, so everyone was like, don't. And Joe just started salivating, just do it. Evans, who met Holland during the process, told Entertainment Weekly in 2016, and he did it and stuck it. During an appearance on the Ellen DeGeneres show in May 2017, Holland recalled finding out that he landed the role through Instagram. The actor's first appearance in the MCU was in Captain America: Civil War. His character fought alongside Tony Stark, Iron Man, played by Robert Downey Jr., Rhodey War Machine Don Cheadle, Natasha Romanoff Black Widow Scarlett Johansson, Vision Paul Bettany, and T'Challa Black Panther Chadwick Boseman. Following versions that were led by Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, Holland became the youngest actor to be cast in the role. According to The Hollywood Reporter, Asa Butterfield, Charlie Rowe, Charlie Plummer, Judah Lewis, and Matthew Lintz were also considered for the part. Outside of his acting credits, Holland's 2017 lip-sync battle routine went viral. Holland competed against Spider-Man co-star Zendaya and blew away fans by lip-syncing RIhana's Umbrella on the Spike show. The start of his routine reminded people of his theatre roots as he wore a suit and a hat and twirled an umbrella as Singing in the Rain played. Then he dressed in drag and danced as water poured down. He found out he was Spider-Man whilst browsing on Instagram. Auditioning for a role in a Marvel movie is not a short process. It takes several rounds of auditions and what feels like endless amounts of callbacks in order to finally confirm that you are what they are looking for. The casting director was a little off, however 6 weeks later he was still waiting to hear whether he was Spider-Man or not. As for how he finally found out, he was scrolling through Instagram in bed with his dog curled up next to him. The official Marvel account tweeted out an announcement of the casting and he clicked the link to see his own face staring back at him. He secretly attended the Bronx High School of Science. In an attempt to prepare for his role as Spider-Man, Holland managed to go undercover at the New York school where only the teachers and admin staff knew his real identity. During classes, Holland would entertain himself by trying to convince the other students that he was the new Spider-Man. Their reaction was one of skepticism until a group of girls googled him and realized he was in fact telling the truth. Cue the giggling and fangirling. The security staff were understanding once his true identity was revealed and promised to keep shut. He's broken his nose on set 3 times. During the filming of The Lost City of Z, it seems Holland got a bit overconfident whilst doing a backflip and landed flat on his face, instantly rendering his nose unrecognizable. Ouch. This instantly crushed his nose into oblivion, and it wouldn't be the only time he'd damage his nose on set. The second time was caused by an overzealous stuntman on the set of Chaos Walking, who punched him in the face. Tom was of course super gracious about it, but it meant that his already broken nose took a beating once again. Less than a year later, Holland took to Twitter to showcase his freshly purple nose, which he received during the filming of Avengers 4. His new suit had seriously impaired his peripheral vision, which meant that during a coordinated fight scene, he took a hit to the face wrong and ended up being hit way harder than he was supposed to. He's rumored to be dating Spider-Man co-star Zendaya. Although the couple's love affair has never been officially confirmed, the pair allegedly grew close on the Spider-Man set, with Holland taking to Twitter to defend Zendaya from angry trolls on numerous occasions. Zendaya received criticism when rumors emerged that she was set to play MJ in the 2017 movie, with some claiming that the role should be played by a white person. Since then, they've been together at everything from red carpet events to in goofy Snapchat videos and have seemed pretty much inseparable. If they were to get together behind the scenes, then they'd hardly be the first co-stars to date, so fans everywhere are just holding their breath to find out the truth. He aspires to be a movie director. Tom Holland might be pretty early on in his acting career, relatively speaking, but he's already got the trajectory of his life and work pretty well thought out. Though he loves acting and isn't going to hang up his Lycra Spidey suit anytime soon, he does have his eye on a slightly different job in the industry. When asked about his long-term career goals, Holland stated that his plans were to do some more franchises, play some media indie roles, and eventually transition towards working behind the camera and directing films. He went on to say that part of being a good actor was trying to truly understand the industry, and he felt that directing would help him achieve this. In fact, Holland has already made his directing debut in the form of his short film Tweet, starring his younger twin brothers and his mum and dad. It probably won't be long before we see him take on bigger and bigger projects, which, if he's a good director as he is an actor, would be awesome to see. He's terrible with spoilers. Aside from Bruce Banner Hulk actor Mark Ruffalo, the actor most famed in the MCU for spoiling crucial things is undoubtedly Tom. Everyone from Robert Downey Jr. to Benedict Cumberbatch have called him out in interviews for saying things he's not supposed to over and over again. First, he accidentally spoiled a big plot point in Spider-Man Homecoming, and then he mentioned knowing spoilers for both the upcoming Avengers titles. After that, Marvel had to resort to desperate measures, giving Holland fake scripts and even telling other cast members to share as little as possible with him. He's gotten a little better recently, constantly joking in interviews that he's going to say as little as possible and then doing his best to keep that promise. However, he did recently almost spoil an artist involved with the Black Panther soundtrack, which is a movie he isn't even in. His parents are stars too. It might seem miraculous that Tom Holland knew what he wanted to do from such a young age and that he's been creative for his whole life. When you look at his family history though, the whole picture starts to make a little bit more sense. Not only is his mother an award-winning photographer, which is a prestigious and creative career all by itself, but his father is Dominic Holland. Dominic Holland is a pretty famous British comedian who also makes his living as a broadcaster and an author. His dad has published 3 novels as well as memoirs based on his real life, and even has his own radio series, The Small World of Dominic Holland. Not a bad roster of work to look up to as a kid, and it no doubt inspired Tom to be as funny, and determined as his dad. He had an adorable problem with his co-star. Maybe the best thing about working as a part of the MCU is all the other talented actors you get to work alongside. Whether it's a huge team-up movie like The Avengers or just a solo movie, moving forward there's a big chance stars will be thrown in with someone from an entirely different series. That's what happened with Chris Pratt and Tom Holland, two actors who liked and respected each other immensely from the get-go. However, just because the two actors had a lot of fun working together doesn't mean they were the most efficient at getting things done. Tom Holland actually got a message from the director saying that he needed to focus up because he kept laughing between and even during takes. He's had to pass on some cool roles. Spider-Man is the kind of dream role that any young actor would be honored to get to play, but that doesn't mean there weren't sacrifices involved in saying yes. The MCU is a big commitment and means saying no to a lot of the other awesome parts that clash with the intense shooting schedule. For example, Tom Holland was offered the role of Seaplane McDonough in Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle. He even signed on, but then it became obvious that the shooting schedules would clash, and so Nick Jonas had to take over in the role. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel.